What if I told you there's a set of books out there that fascists really don't want you to read? Books that expose their lies, strip down their tactics, and teach us how to fight back. These aren't just dry historical texts. They're weapons, living, breathing guides that ignite a fire in our hearts and show us how to crush fascism wherever it rears its ugly head. Today, I'm going to introduce you to 5 such books. These works have shaken dictators, inspired revolutions, and empowered everyday people to resist tyranny. Are you ready to dive in? Let's go. Book 1, Fighting Fascism: How to Struggle and How to Win by Clara Zetkin. Imagine it's 1923. Fascism has just triumphed in Italy, and its shadow is spreading across Europe. Enter Clara Zetkin, a revolutionary, a fighter, someone who stood shoulder to shoulder with the likes of Rosa Luxemburg. Zetkin saw what others failed to see. Fascism wasn't just another phase of capitalist repression. It was a beast with a new face, a movement that could sink its claws into the middle classes, into workers who felt abandoned by the system. In Fighting Fascism: How to Struggle and How to Win, Zetkin doesn't just describe this new threat, she gives us the blueprint for fighting it. Her call for a united front, urging communists to ally with anyone willing to stand against fascism, is a lesson we need now more than ever. Zetkin's voice still echoes across history, urging us to rise up, to stand together, and to fight back. This book isn't just a read, it's a call to arms. Book 2, Fascism: What It Is and How to Fight It by Leon Trotsky. Now, let's talk about Leon Trotsky. Trotsky wasn't just another revolutionary. He was one of the sharpest minds of his time, and when it came to understanding fascism, his insights cut straight to the bone. In Fascism: What It Is and How to Fight It, Trotsky lays it all out. Fascism doesn't just pop up out of nowhere. It's the desperate last move of the capitalist class when they see their power slipping away. Trotsky's genius was in recognizing that fascism thrives on crisis, on economic turmoil, on political failure. And who's to blame when the people are struggling? Reformism. When those in power fail to deliver real change, fascism fills the void. Trotsky's solution? Revolution. Only a radical movement of the working class can destroy fascism at its roots. Trotsky's writing is a punch to the gut, direct, unflinching, and utterly necessary for anyone serious about fighting fascism. Book 3, The Struggle Against Fascism in Germany by Leon Trotsky. Trotsky wasn't just warning us, he was pleading with us. In The Struggle Against Fascism in Germany, Trotsky captures the horror of watching fascism rise in real time. He saw the warning signs, and he knew that the German working class had the power to stop Hitler before it was too late. But they didn't. Why? Because the left was divided. The communists and social democrats were too busy fighting each other to see the real enemy. Trotsky begged them to unite, to pool their strength against the Nazis. But his calls fell on deaf ears, and we all know what happened next. This book is more than just history. It's a warning from the past, a desperate plea for unity in the face of fascism. If we don't learn from it, we risk repeating those same deadly mistakes. Book 4, Blood and Power: The Rise and Fall of Italian Fascism by John Foote. Now, let's shift gears and take a deep dive into the terrifying reality of fascist rule. John Foote's Blood and Power pulls back the curtain on Mussolini's Italy, revealing the raw brutality of fascism in action. This isn't just a history lesson, it's a visceral, gut-wrenching account of how fascism really operates. Picture it: lorries full of black-shirt thugs, armed with knives and clubs, rolling into villages in the dead of night. Trade union leaders dragged from their homes, beaten, murdered, their bodies left as warnings. This is the reality of fascism: violence, terror, and the systematic destruction of any resistance. Foote's book shows us that fascism is more than an ideology. It's a violent assault on the very fabric of society. Understanding this history isn't just important, it's vital, because if we don't know how fascists operate, how can we ever hope to stop them? Book 5, The Black Anti-Fascist Tradition: Fighting Back from Lynching to Abolition by Jeanelle K. Hope and Bill Mullen. And finally, we come to a book that redefines what anti-fascism looks like. The Black Anti-Fascist Tradition by Jeanelle K. Hope and Bill Mullen tells the story of black resistance to fascism in all its forms, from the fight against lynching to the struggle against Jim Crow. This is a history that too often gets overlooked, but it's one we need to recognize if we're going to understand the full scope of anti-fascist struggle. These 5 books are more than just important. They're essential. They are the keys to understanding fascism, its origins, its tactics, and, most importantly, how to defeat it. Fascists fear these books because they expose their lies and provide us with the knowledge to resist. But knowledge alone isn't enough. It's up to us to act on it, to stand united, and to fight for a world free from fascist tyranny. So, grab these books, dive into their pages, and arm yourself with the wisdom of those who've been in this fight long before us. The struggle against fascism isn't over. It's ongoing, and it's up to each of us to carry that fight forward. Let's go.